Good evening to all of you. Owen Fritz here in lovely Monday afternoon here. 80 degrees still where I'm currently located. Coming live here talking about this severe thunderstorm warning for quite a bit of counties up here in northwest Ohio. Kind of zoom back out a little bit for you. The reason we come live, just kind of give you a quick update on this. There was a tag of tornado possible on this potential, for this severe thunderstorm due to a possible tornado possible rotation signature that they had. But again, right now, it is a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Wyandotte, Wood County, and Hancock County, again, here in northwestern Ohio. This warning goes until 9:15. This severe thunderstorm obviously is located along a line extending from Holland to near Swanton or near Macomb, moving east at 30 miles an hour. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail are the damaging impacts with this particular storm. However, again, they do tag this with tornado possible, so that's why we wanted to come live here. Just give you that heads up, early heads up there for some of you that, again, they're seeing a little bit of rotation, but not enough to issue a tornado warning. And from what we're seeing here off screen, we're seeing that same situation as well. There is some rotation in this storm, but nothing at this point to issue a tornado warning. But this has a history of having a little bit of rotation wrapped up with it. So you could have that potential of a brief spin up. So we don't want to let our guard down when it comes to that. So I'm going to turn off the lightning data. The lightning has really picked up in the last hour or so on this particular storm cell. But as we can kind of zoom in here to Bowling Green, the most of it is moving into the Bowling Green, Findlay, Waterville, and just south of Toledo. So Perrysburg's probably getting hit right now. And this is eventually pushing off here towards the east. So Ottawa County, Sandusky County, and Seneca County, you're next. We'll have to wait and see if this continues to hold together as far as strength-wise, if they issue a severe thunderstorm warning downstream. They you could kind of see here they trimmed out the box just a little bit here on the latest update. And yeah, the latest update here. Yep, no, it still is for portions of Wyandotte County. Man, that's just a little bit of Wyandotte County that they have there. But they did, nevertheless, update that just a little bit. But let's look at the velocity view for a second. And let's go ahead and turn on level 2 real quick. Turn on the reflectivity, get a little bit better picture of this particular storm as we dive into it here. A little bit better angle on this so we can kind of see what's going on. Wouldn't be surprised in North Baltimore as I pan up here a little bit. Probably seeing some small hail in North Baltimore and just towards the north, south of Bowling Green there, south of State Route 6. Wouldn't be surprised there if you got a little bit of hail going on with that cell. Just getting right across 75. So here's looking at velocity. So this is looking at the winds going towards the radar and away from the radar site. Right now, we're not seeing a lot in terms of what we would call rotation or normalized rotation that would be indicative of a tornado. So that's a very good sign. However, though, over the past few scans, or I should say just downstream of this a little bit ago, we were continuing to watch it have a little bit of rotation, more than we would have liked to see. Not quite to the tornado status, but it was starting to make that trend towards a tornado warning, but it since has decided to weaken. But again, if you're just joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that is for in northwest Ohio, a few counties here in northwest Ohio, which is Wood, Hancock, and just, boy, a sliver of Wyandotte County. This is, again, a heads up to all of you in Seneca, Ottawa, and Sandusky counties as this is moving east at about 30 miles an hour. Right now, they got this tagged again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. They just issued another severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Lucas County. That'll be popping on your screen here just momentarily. It's at the bottom already, but the polygon will go up here in a moment. But north, that storm cell does have a tag of tornado possible with it because of this southern flank that's going on. So if I zoom in down here, this is kind of the area that we're talking about. Very weak rotation, if you even want to call that. Just crossing south of Bowling Green at 75. There's that new severe thunderstorm warning box that they put up here for the northern flank of that storm in Lucas County. And I could tell you the main reason for that, if you can kind of see that there, that deep dark purple, that is because of hail. So this one, the newest severe thunderstorm warning they have here for Lucas County and Toledo. Let me zoom into this one here just real quick. mainly because of this deep dark purple. That is indicative of some pretty good hail. Right now, we're clocking that radar indicated hail of about 1 inch. So they issued this severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Lucas County until 9:15. This thunderstorm is located near Oregon, or Toledo, moving east at 45. So it's picking up a little bit of steam on the northern flank. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail being the impacts with that one as well. So eventually this one will push out over the lake, but with just that over the last scan or so really has picked up in hail and really has intensified there with some of the winds. Speaking of winds, let's take a peek here at our dashboard, and let's take a look here. I don't know if I can show this to you or not. Let me see if I can. Let's look at the latest wind gusts that we've had in the area. So tracking here, the latest wind gusts that we've had reported, the top wind gusts out of Toledo was 42 miles an hour, and that was at 8 after the hour. So not the latest one, if you will. But then over in Ottawa, the town of Ottawa, they had a 40-mile-an-hour gust here at 8:15. So really the winds on the ground, as far as ground measurements at some automated weather observation stations, have been in the lower range of wind. But again, it's just that potential of some downburst winds possible with this in certain areas. So we got to keep an eye on that as well. And not seeing a lot in local storm reports. We do have a hail report that come out of Rossford and Wood County. That is 3/4 inch hail that we've seen here just come in on the network on the back side. So we are continuing to watch this. We just wanted to come live. Don't want to overhype this whatsoever. And this is just for Northwest Ohio. And they got a lot of that daytime heating, just getting these things going. We'll see how long this holds together as far as a severe thunderstorm goes. You could see some other storms firing out ahead of this, these popcorn storms out ahead of this as this line moves through. Again, very hot today, a lot of heating there as well. They did have a severe thunderstorm watch up here for portions of extreme Northwest Ohio. You can see that on your screen. That goes until 10 o'clock. Again, because of the 70-mile-an-hour wind gust, they went ahead and issued that there just for these extreme Northwest Ohio counties. And as soon as I say that, it's gone. They probably just dropped it. I think they just did. They issued it for this line, and I think they probably just dropped it now. So that's gone as well. So looks like, again, staying right on track with this, if it can hold together. I mean, Sandusky County, you're going to be next. Seneca County in the northern flank of this, you're going to be next. Let's put this radar into motion here for you so you can kind of get a little bit better handle. Again, this is for Northwest Ohio. If you're not Northwest Ohio, you don't really need to worry. We've seen a little bit of popcorn storms pop up out ahead of this a little bit, but the main flank with most of the energy here for any type of severe threat here is in Northwest Ohio. You kind of see the storm motion. Most of this is going to end up probably over the lake. We'll have to kind of see what it does over the lake and as it moves into Northeast Ohio. But again, we're losing that diurnal heating. We're losing that daytime heating that we have. And it's starting to be in a little bit of a weakening trend. Even what you're seeing there on radar, it is in a little bit of a weakening state, except here in northern flank of this storm with that other severe thunderstorm warning, seeing some deep, dark purples there, which is very indicative of hail. So as we zoom in just north of Route 2, Oregon's really getting in on the hail action right now, and Harbor View as well. So, again, this severe thunderstorm warning, we got 2 severe thunderstorm warnings on the board. We have this northern flank for Lucas County, and that one goes until 9:15, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. And then the southern one pretty much for Wood County and Hancock County, but also little teeny bit of Wyandotte County, just a tiny, teeny bit. Again, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail being the main threats. And we are continuing to see here on this latest scan, just to the south of Bowling Green. We'll zoom in on this, just north of Findlay. A little bit of hail starting to pop up outside of Signet, and West Millgrove starting to come in that area. Rising sun, it is going to be approaching you. So you could see some small hail with that as it's moving here off towards the east. Rossford, it's probably already over top of you. I seen somebody there. Rossford, it's if you're talking about Rossford near Toledo, it is on top of you right now, and probably just past you as far as the worst part of that over or being over. Oh, this little cell here in Erie County, Huron County, we'll zoom in on that one. Starting to get a little bit of hail with that one as well. So just north of Norwalk, south of Berlin Heights, just to the west of Wakeman, we're seeing a little bit of hail with that. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Same thing with the one over here in near Lodi in Cleveland. These are hopefully say sub-severe. But this line here, too, we'll see how long this holds together. Again, the sun is set, and we're pretty much going to start to lose some steam with this as well. Looking at tomorrow, again, kind of the same situations happen. We have to keep an eye on severe weather tomorrow. Let's go ahead and pull open the outlook for you here. Let me pop this on. It's not deciding to. There it goes. This was the severe weather outlook for today. So this is from the Storm Prediction Center. So it lined up. They kind of got this little marginal risk here in the green and thunderstorms outside of that. So that was planned for today. We've been posting on this as well earlier for extreme northwest Ohio. Now tomorrow we're looking at it a little bit different. They expand the slight risk into northern Ohio for majority, and the rest have marginal, especially north of I-70. So you have to watch that risk for tomorrow. Same situation that we're having here as well. So same situation that we're seeing with this. We're having that diurnal heating. We're having that daytime heating because it's going to be very, very hot tomorrow as well. And it's going to be kind of warm the rest of the week. Going into Wednesday, marginal risk for severe weather as well. And finally into Thursday, it clears out of our area. As far as a severe threat, we're starting to get some lower temperatures later in the week. So again, just wanted to come live. We're gonna wrap this up. We're not gonna stay live on this one because we're not seeing a lot out of this. Again, we do have some hail reports that has come in with this, small hail, I should say, that came in with this one, but nothing too crazy. And that hail report was 3/4 inch out of Rossford in Wood County. That was at 825 that came in on this one. And as far as winds, we're not seeing a whole lot of winds on the observation stations, but this type of storm, we have to keep an eye on because a lot of times they have a little bit of microburst type winds inside of them that may not be caught on those actual wind gusts. So that's what we're looking at here currently as far as the severe threat goes. But we did want to come live real quick because of the fact that it was tagged in this particular instance, tornado possible. The good thing is, again, we're not seeing, I'll put the radar back into motion, we're not seeing that rotation threat as pronounced as we were, which is a very, very, very good sign. So we'll take it. If they reissue a warning downstream of this, and that's a big if right now for Seneca, Sandusky, and maybe Ottawa counties, if they reissue this, we'll see if they put a tag tornado possible. I'm leaning towards they won't. Because it is kind of, you kind of see on the radar here, it was kind of intense as it moved into Ohio, but it is kind of in an, I want to say an outflow trend, but it is starting to die down and weaken quite a bit, although we're seeing some pockets of that hail in certain areas, especially in the northern flank. But to the south here, as we kind of gradually zoom in, you see these little teeny pockets of hail, and then that one hail maker is going out over the lake right now. We'll stop the radar here. Maybe, there we go. That major hail maker that they issued, really, that severe thunderstorm warning on, just outside of Harbor View, moving out over the lake. So that's kind of what's going on right now. Again, not going to keep it live. We just wanted to come on and to talk a little bit about that risk and what we're seeing, which is a very good thing. We are not seeing any rotation. It is tagged still by the National Weather Service as tornado possible, but we are not seeing any rotation with it at this time, which is a great sign. And again, a big if they issue it downstream. For the rest of you, overnight tonight, there is a chance, pretty much as we ride that I-30 corridor in Ohio to the north of that I-30 corridor, you're going to see a chance of some storms as they roll through, kind of seeing some popcorn type storms come up, some ones develop here near Cleveland. None of these should or are expected to go severe. However, one or two storms may get cranky, but not expecting it to be severe overnight tonight. That severe threat is diminishing now that we have the threat is starting to diminish greatly because we're losing that daytime heating. So some of you, I saw Seneca County Skywarn training was tonight, so some of you, I saw you down there. And thanks for coming to that one as well. But just want to come live. We're not seeing, as far as rotation, we are not seeing it anymore. So again, we're going to wrap this coverage up. We'll continue to come back live as we need to. But again, stay tuned to our page for further updates. If you're in Ottawa, Seneca, or Sandusky counties, heads up to you. We're kind of waiting to see right now if they reissue that. They're kind of at decision time if they were going to reissue it. But at this point, I don't suspect, even if they did, they will issue it with a tornado tag possible, and that's the reason we came live right now. But I do think if you're in Sandusky County, mainly the front's going to smack you a little bit as we come through here, a little bit of a gust front arrival. Same thing for northwest Seneca County and portions of Ottawa County. Pretty good gully washer here over the next few minutes, and probably winds in the 40s. That's what we're picking up on the observation weather stations around the state. All right, so we'll continue to come back live if we need to. I don't anticipate we'll need to. We'll keep an eye on the next couple days, especially tomorrow for Northern Ohio, again, on that slight risk category. We'll continue to come back live as we need to. Anytime, you can check it out on our app. Download the Ohio News and Weather app if you feel so desired or inclined to do so. Check it out. You get alerts right to your phone. Set up automated alerts, all that fun stuff, lightning alerts, all that fun stuff. Download the app to your phone if you would like to. And make sure, again, I have a way to receive warnings, which that app is a great way to do it as well. All right, with that being said, good night, everyone. We'll continue. Ooh, man, just as I wrap up, they popped another severe thunderstorm warning on me for this sucker over here in Erie County. So if you're in Erie County, we'll talk about this real quick before I wrap up. They decided to issue one for Erie County, just popped up. Gotta love that. And I guarantee it's because of the hail. We talked about that earlier. The hail was picking up on that one. Yep, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust quarter-size hail. That's pretty much why they're doing that one. So they're talking about this storm cell. So we're in Erie County. So we're looking at this storm cell that had been popping up. We talked about it a few minutes ago. It is 8 miles northeast of Norwalk right now. They got a clock in at 35 miles an hour, 60-mile-an-hour wind gust, quarter-size hail being that impact with this one. So I'll pop it into motion here to kind of see the track with that one. Eventually, this one will be moving out over the lake. It may hit portions of Lorain County, but due to that deep, dark purple, they're going to issue that warning in particular for the hail threat. Again, as far as the wind threat, we're not seeing a ton of that, and even on radar, we're not seeing a ton of wind with this particular storm cell, which is a good sign. Seeing a little bit of embedded winds over here in Wood County, moving off into Ottawa County, but a little bit of this, pretty much just a hailmaker for tonight. That's the biggest threat. But again, this should die down here over the next hour or so. All right, so we'll continue to come back live as needed, and we'll try to wrap it up again. And if we need to, if not, we'll continue to post the warnings on our page, download our app. And remember, this time of year when thunder